Okay, Naomi's poem. Happy birthday to you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
God's rain. His rain, it brings such bountiful life to the trees, the flowers, and all who thirst. What a joy it brings to a desert so dry, and what a delight it brings to a quenching throat. We thirst to be filled with what is true and what is love. So seek to help those who are dry, and bring back those who decay. What a beauty we find in a growing seed, which could not spread out its roots without his rain and its life. We trip and we fall, but his rain it still comes. We are empty and dry, but his rain it still comes. We should thirst for God's love and sip on his truth, for his rain is what truly brings us life.
Wow, that is really good. I'm impressed by you. You have a talent for language. You should develop it. Yeah, look at this one. But his rain still comes. Then repeat the other one. His rain still comes. The sounds repeat, but it's not repeating. That's just a beautiful form of poem.
Yeah.
So making sense here. So yeah, see then we trip and we fall. We're short, succinct, but we're meaningful. We're evoking imagery in a journey for life, am I right? So making sense here. We trip, we fall, speaking about some frustrating times in life, am I right? So so his rain then comes, God's rain comes and restores us in the sense. And then we are empty, we dry. Is that amazing? So I think, we are empty and we are dry, maybe. So that way, just like pair.
That's what I was thinking.
Pair with.
I kind of kept it simple like the first one.
Understand, but pair with we trip and we fall, am I right? So adding that kind of repeating, pattern to it. So we are empty and we are dry, am I right? So when drinking, okay, when the rain still comes. I like that repeating there. It's very meaningful. So now let's Esther comment on this poem. Do you have any thoughts on this poem? What part do you appreciate it?
I think it's all pretty good. I don't have like a certain sentence or something to comment on, but I think it's pretty good.
Okay. That's all she said. It's good. There's a paragraph can be paragraphed out, right? So, so would you want to do that, Naomi? You might want to have an empty line, so
Wait.
Empty line between paragraphs or cluster. Yeah.
Which one?
I don't know. So let's think about it. Let's hear the comments first. So, Elijah, any comments?
Very good.
What? You guys is not good critics, okay? So you need to say why is it good, or why it's not good. Something can be improved. Don't be too shy. Here you learn to be a critic, so you can learn to improve yourself. So it's not about this face saving. It's here together, learning together, right? So you want others to tell you, you're not doing very good. It's okay, then we can do good. So even the opinion may be totally not necessarily constructive, but we still said, hey, I appreciate you reading it. I appreciate your opinion with me. So go ahead. Especially the critics. Not criticism, but critic, right? Constructive criticism, if you will. Yeah.
I count Naomi's poems are always pretty simple and straightforward. A lot of poems kind of use a lot of big words and are kind of, it's writing poems, which are usually very free and even not having right grammar sometimes, but she seems to have pretty straightforward what she writes and gets what she's trying to get across in a way that's easy to understand.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? But that's it.
particularly.
Okay. Noah, what's your comments?
I think it's a good poem.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thoughts are obviously very good and beautiful. There seems to be something missing that's really hard to explain. It has something to do with like a poetic coherence or coherence to the theme itself. Like it seems a little jumpy and choppy to me in some ways. She remains obviously on the theme, the meaning of God's reign. She doesn't ever leave that. But there's something that's just somewhat choppy to me, not in a way that's bad.
The word choppy, what does the word choppy
It's
mean?
like kind of skipping around on different like.
Yeah, like there's like the ideas that she introduces with the rain don't really seem to lead with one another. And the thing is it might not even be a criticism worth mentioning because it's not even something she can really fix in this particular poem because the poem is what it is at this point.
Yeah.
But besides that, I think it's very good for just where she's at in poetry, which is obviously she's still learning it and everything.
Yeah.
And I also, where my little clicker thing is here, you want to make sure you start every single line with a capital letter there, so I just changed that word.
Yeah, I think you should have some paragraph there, maybe. It's once in the free form, it's one long sentence, okay, but there is some definitely clustered thoughts can be paired together. You seem ready to drop to sleep, you know. So, are you okay there? Okay.
I'm alright.
Okay, you're free to go now. I think
Alright.
my comments is this I like the thoughts. I think there's a lot things for you is language beautifully arranged and expressed. Maybe it's simple, but it's very very beautiful.
Yeah.
I like it. The only thing is, as Noah may detected, there must be some thing you can reorganize the thoughts you have, you know. So the language is there.
I think that's kind of what I was having trouble with last night.
Yeah.
I kind of started off with one thing
Yeah.
and maybe tried to add things that were I didn't like go smoothly with the whole poem.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's inevitably a poem require a lot of revision.
Yeah.
If a really good poem, it's required a lot of rewording, working on it, you know. So especially free form like this, songs like give you a lot of freedom to express whatever you want to express. Actually, it's not. The more difficult actually sometimes can be than not free form, you know. So because in free form, then the substance and the art, this way expressing things, or innovative way, poetic way, it becomes more as a standard for dealing with those poems. If those are not standing out, the free form lost its beauty itself. So the reason free forms excel in its quality is because those standard measurement you feel, you know. So making sense to you. So you have to express your thoughts in a very innovative way or poetic way. So. And
this may just be an opinion of mine, but
what
I notice with poetry is that you can either be, of course you could be a mix of both, but you can either be very clear, like Naomi often is, or you can often be somewhat ambiguous, which means that you're somewhat unclear.
Ambiguous.
Now listen, clarity often requires one thing, and ambiguity often requires another. So what I mean to say is that clarity often needs some sense of creativity. It needs more imagery, and clarity also needs a sense of cleverness in poetry.
Yeah, it's true.
While ambiguity, it can have that, but ambiguity, if you're going to be somewhat unclear in your wording, then that often requires deeper meaning.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, all of the characteristics of a poem mentioned can be included in one poem. But if you're going to be more clear, then you need to be more creative, clever, and involve more imagery. But if you're going to be somewhat unclear, then you need to have deeper meaning as to what you're actually saying.
That's where
meaning that really involves the reader's mind. It seems to be an interesting balance there.
Yeah. Do you guys hear what Noah tried to convey to you? Yeah. That's a very good one. So. Okay. So in overall, I think it's a very good
good
poem.
job.
Very good job. Yeah. Especially the thoughts, the understanding of spiritual truth here is really good one. So I thank you for sharing that with us. So yeah. It's a 117, so that's good one. Okay, we're gonna start with you're free to release yourself if you're tired, okay? So yeah. You might want to listen to the next one. Elijah, read it.
He actually gave me
Is he already
as a gift
yeah.
in a,
Oh, you
I
already
give it
did.
to her and I
framed it and
frame it.
everything.
Then you freaking go.
I do like it.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't read mine.
Okay.
I have to read it because I write my poems in a way. It's not even probably a good thing, but most of the time I write my poems in a way that I have to read them for make them to sound right.
Yeah.
Because
good.
I kind of.
That's what we do.
It's probably because I don't have very good punctuation skills.
Okay.
Okay. She laughs, she loves, she slaps, she hugs.
Oh, that's a very good one, I guess.
Naomi is thoughtful, not at all deceitful, stern but gentle, lighthearted but concerned. Naomi jokes, Naomi walks, Naomi makes, Naomi talks. She loves her family, she loves the Lord. With delightful attitude, she walks her life. Now she's 17, new paths unfolding and yet to be seen. We love you, Naomi. From every smile and gesture, we admire your life. Me, Dad, Mom, Noah, and Esther.
Huh.
Nothing to yuck.
Huh. What happened?
What is yuck? That's what you
Yeah.
trying to avoid.
Well, is Noah making fun of you or just entertained by you? Who is Yuck? Yuck is yourself?
No, it's him.
See, I told you.
Oh, well, I need to remember the nickname.
No,
So
Yes,
yeah. Okay.
Pretend it does not exist.
No way. Okay.
See, he even spells it right. Now everyone spells it wrong usually.
Because
He
he's
spelled-
looking at it.
Oh, right.
Huh?
My turn?
Yuck
It's yuck, but it's hawk, but
means what?
we don't know. It's been around for like
Forever?
probably 4 to 5 years now.
Who gave that name?
It was me.
Why?
I don't know. It's just
Really good question.
let's see. 5 years ago. It's a long time.
Yeah. So God have a reason, man.
I don't
Nickname
know.
always come from something.
I don't
The
know.
origin.
It's really.
It's a make-up word. They said. Okay. What's your nickname?
Esther.
Boots.
Yeah. I believe you. Yeah. What is your nickname?
I don't think I have one.
You don't have a
Eli.
nickname.
I'm one of the.
That's not a nickname. That's
I don't think I have one.
oh, Eli. Okay.
It's yeah.
Eli's just the first 3 letters of my name, so it could be a nickname.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like Eli actually. You know, Eli. There's a movie, the book of Eli.
I really want to see
that.
that. I haven't seen it yet.
It's pretty violent movie.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a dog movie, so you don't want to watch it. So. Okay.
But I've seen others.
The next task for two of you is next week come up with a nickname for this young lady.
Is that our homework?
Yeah, it's part of the homework.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh no, actually I do have homework for you guys. I want you guys to write an essay to reflect on this year. This is a very eventful year, very meaningful year. With many ways you guys grew old as well. So pass on that to Naomi. So write what is the year this year has been about, you know? So I could look back at 2020. So
That's a good idea.
yeah, write things that impresses you. So yeah, the essay. At least 500 words. Okay, so yeah. Is that okay for you guys? Okay.
Yep.
So let's comment on this one. Esther, what do you think about this poem?
The Naomi one?
Yeah.
I think it's really good actually.
Oh,
It's really a lot of,
yeah. It's very heartfelt.
yeah.
As to a poem itself, it may be too free form. Just slap your hearts. Okay.
I don't think maybe it's too personal.
Oh yeah, it's definitely were lovely poems. So.
Yeah, I really
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. Go ahead.
I don't really have it.
Okay.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah. Noah, you go ahead.
In its own way, but at the same time, somewhat similar to with Naomi's. There seems like the thoughts are obviously very, very good because it's heartfelt,
Yeah.
but there's just with the prose.
Need,
Obviously,
need some inventive
yeah, there's not
way
really
of
much
presenting.
invention.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of creativity, particularly. I mean, with the heartfelt nature of the thoughts, that's probably the only creativity it has. But
The thoughts as a heartfelt, okay, expressions were heartfelt, but those things can be artistically translated in different form, in a more poetic form. Just like it's talking, like okay, have a birthday party. Hey, Elijah, want to say something about Naomi? So like a little bit of speech there, So, but a poem is different than a speech. Just have a heartfelt speech.
Oh, yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah, so
there's definitely a lot of reformatting he could do to make this more poetic because
That's right.
like you can't have that.
Yeah,
Like you need to either here, break the lines a few times.
yeah.
You can still have it sectioned out into these three things, but just break the line 2 or 3 times for each.
Yeah, can do better, but you did very good.
I probably should have written another poem because
I think the first thing impresses me is it's Naomi's birthday. You will write a poem, for on this rare occasion. So, and that is very thoughtful. So, for many reasons, it's thoughtful. It's good because birthday. It's good for in this time express your appreciation for who she is to you as a sister, but also bring the context of everyday life. So I think it's very very smart in that way. So, but the poem itself, as Noah said, it can improve.
Oh, yeah,
itself.
for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah. So can we move on? I'm gonna move on to Esther's right now.
Yep.
Then. Okay, Esther.
You ready?
Yeah.
Under the ocean. The waves are crashing down on the beach. You get in a boat and sail out into the sea.
What is the word down there? Is that?
crashing. She meant to say.
Oh, what in the
But
world?
spelling is wrong, right? So
I don't know how I did that.
that's okay.
Down at
Yeah,
the beach.
yeah.
Ready to jump, you take a leap into the ocean and swim down low. You scare the fish away and make the coral reefs rustle. You watch the dolphins chase,
What's the word called? The Russell? Russell?
like
Russell?
rustle. I guess.
Okay, Russell. Yeah.
Like the rustling of the
Yeah,
leaves.
yeah. Okay.
You watch the dolphins chase the fish and see a large shadow come near. You take a deep breath and hide behind a rock. To the corner of your eye, you see a great white shark. The dolphins swim away and the fish try to follow. Some didn't make it, and the shark swims away with a full stomach.
That's worse scary, man.
You come out of your hiding place and jump back on the boat. Safe at last, your journey was great.
That's worth adventure. Okay. Because the dolphin is like, what do you try to say here? You mean in terms using evokes one is good fish in a sense, and right, good animal on the ocean, like a dolphin. The other one is dangerous one, right? So,
Yep.
So you're a little fish. Yeah. That's a good one. I like it. Now, why you use you all the time?
I don't know.
Huh?
I guess it's kind of like a,
Observer, like you third party looking somebody doing it.
yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not really sure how else to like explain it.
Well, that is like envision the journey for the audience to do it,
Yeah.
right? No. Your journey was great. That's good. So that's like I really like the angle actually. So because like you invite me go through a journey down to the ocean, right? So it's good. What do you think you can improve upon yourself?
Like through this poem.
Yeah.
I know there are things
Where do you struggle in a sense through the process? You think you can don't do better, So you write a poem must have some difficulties, and right? So you wish you could do better.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. Because I enjoy rhyming in poems, so it's kind of a little bit more difficult to find ways to not just rhyme and everything.
Express
which
yourself.
Which it can be pretty hard to rhyme as well, but I think it's just, I don't know.
Rhyme. This is a free form. You don't have to rhyme, so that might be something you want to remember. Yeah. So,
it was me. I was trying to find ways to where I wouldn't rhyme.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hear the older ones criticize you a little bit. Do not be discouraged. Okay, so more experience in writing poems. I think their intent is try to help you to improve yourself. Okay, so yeah. Go ahead.
It's pretty good. I think one problem is it kind of seems like it's more of a it's not really poetic. It's more like a story.
A story, yeah.
Than a poem.
Yeah.
Which is pretty hard because a lot of poems are made off of experiences, and I'm not saying I can really do any better, but it's hard to make an experience poetic or romanticize a writing when it's, especially when you don't rhyme, because I feel like rhyming,
the word you might want to use is poetic and rhyming romantic. So this poem have no romance in it, so let's not romanticize it.
Well, not like
I'm teasing.
not like romantic, just
like a poetic.
Poetic,
poetic. Yes,
somewhat
I
the same
got
thing, I think.
you.
But,
yeah.
But yeah, it seems like when you rhyme in a poem, it makes it a poem, and it's hard to do a freestyle because it's more of just straightforward. So you it's hard to
story.
It's hard to make it poetic. And so it seemed, but it was, I could see it. It was very thoughtful.
Yes, that's good word. That is a very good word. That's really very thoughtful in this whole poem. I like that. So go ahead.
But yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think you did on the money in terms of what you shared. So, So Esther just entered into poetry writing. Don't be discouraged, So but were refreshing, and you were very good at arranging the story. This were very strong points for you. Okay, so yeah. I like the way how, especially when you said you did this, you did that. It's like, okay, let me invite you to our adventurous journey. So we're good in inventive angle. The whole angle is we're interesting. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like the setting of the poem, and Esther's form and organization is pretty good. You do need to start each stanza or each line with a capital. Make sure you do that in every single one, not just the beginning.
That's the style in the poem. You need to do that. So.
You also need to find a few places where some punctuation is required, like at the end of what would be usually considered a sentence. You need periods, sometimes some commas as well, just to make sure you have understandable format. As to the poem, the essence of the poem itself, I think that even as Elijah was saying, there is still somewhat of a lack or somewhat of a need for a more poetic theme or taste or expression of your ideas here. So the way I kind of see it is what you actually end up writing here should be what is in your head before you write it, not what you write. So in many ways, these are the unrefined ideas of your poem that you then express in a poetic way. So I'm going to give an example, actually. I'm going to read a really short poem by, it's a well-known freestyle poem or example of freestyle poetry. It's called Fog by Carl Sandburg. It's just like
let's have the approach to it. Where is it? Give us the share on the message board. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can actually. I'm just gonna post it temporarily on Esther's thing here since it's really short.
Oh great. Yeah.
So watch this. See that?
Hold on.
Wait, actually, I'm gonna bring it to the second page.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay, so listen.
Mm-hmm.
He does a similar thing to Esther. He recounts an experience, okay? That's something very often done in free verse poetry.
What in the world?
So listen. Imagine this is what is in his mind initially. He says, this is in his mind. I'm not going to read the poem. I'm going to read what may have been in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
He sees the fog come over the harbor and city, and then it moves on. It goes away. He sees fog come and then go away. That's just a very simple sentence that describes what he saw or observed.
Yeah, read it.
But then he writes it in a poetic style. This is what he says. The fog comes on little cat feet. It sits looking over harbor and city on silent haunches and then moves on.
What is haunches? I had no
Haunches
idea.
are like
Just back,
if you've seen a
leg,
cat
or-
like just crouch down. That
Crouch
would be a
down.
cat on its
Ah,
haunches. Or a dog.
So he
That's crazy.
like adds a very interesting twist of idea and expression to what the fog, the position
Yeah.
and appearance the fog actually takes.
Yeah.
And then, very much like a cat, he describes the silent, almost quiet, stealthy nature of the fog coming in.
Yeah.
And it's no longer just a simple image.
Yeah.
There's something very...
What is it called? Similitude? Not similitude. This is called. Well, it's like I forgot the words. Basically, there's a
I think it would be some form of personification.
personification. Yeah.
Personification
Yeah.
is
Into
it
the cat.
can it be any living thing or
Yeah,
is
yeah.
We
It's
me and Naomi
yeah.
have learned about personification. in our
This is personification.
writing.
Yeah,
We've had
exactly.
to write a few poems with it.
Yeah.
So
So-
the reason I mention this is because in Esther's and even a few of the others' poems, especially Esther, she was recounting an experience, but we needed to be like I said with Naomi's, when you write in a very simple and concise, clear way, there's more of a need for imagery, creativity, and even a bit of cleverness. What I mean by cleverness could be like play on words.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like you have food that doesn't have enough seasoning or salt. It needs to have that to be enjoyable. You have the content of the food, and it will still be digested in the same way, but it won't be as enjoyable if there were those spices or that salt.
Good.
That makes a good poem.
You know, the materials you have, you gotta learn in personification. Right? There must be examples. You might want to borrow the book, read the example what it look like. You know, so do a little bit study. Hey, what does personification really means? You know, so they come with one. Okay, I want to do something myself. You know, how I personify something. You know, don't have to be a poem. It's just in a certain way to express it. So, yeah, that's how you learn writing. It's not a copy, but a mimic, right? Try to reproduce experience yourself. So, yeah. Can I break something?
Yeah.
This first sentence I use in my own poems. So,
Which sentence?
like a folk come like a
Oh.
cat food.
Really?
Yeah, in Chinese, however, so I don't write
Yeah.
English. That's very interesting because it's so quiet, you know. So,
Sure, yeah.
You can use to describe night or morning or day comes, right? So things quiet or softly. So
Yeah.
rain stuff like that. This one I use a fog.
I may not even be the best critic when it comes to free verse poetry because I've actually read a few examples of modern
Yeah.
free verse poetry, and I am just not impressed. I don't. Care
Yeah,
about
no,
how
then
people-
good. Yeah, but you're good. You so far you offered your comments is really really good.
Good.
Very constructive. Yeah, so I like it. So I think you guys take some notes down. For example, the things comments on ambiguity and clarity, how each one can develop in poetic forms. That is very good insight there. So, Yok.
Yeah.
That's terrible, huh?
Yeah.
You lie.
What about Yak backwards?
Yeah. Okay, we still have a few minutes left. Actually, 20 minutes left. Let's read some poems together. Is that okay for you guys? Okay.
Sure.
So last time we read on which one?
Can I use the restroom? I really gotta go.
What about Noah's poem?
Oh, we forgot Noah's poem, man. Yes, I'm so sorry. That's terrible negligence. Thank you, Esther. Crack my most grievous,
okay.
unforgiving mistake.
It's not my
You can go
bad.
to the restroom right now.
I'll go after Noah's poem.
Please go.
No, I want to hear this. I want to hear it.
You are here. We wait for you.
Oh no.
You sure? You can hold
Yeah.
it? Okay, then hold it.
I will. I'll go after Noah's
Okay.
poem because I want to hear this.
Okay.
Why, who's highlighting the whole thing?
Esther.
Not me. Okay, go ahead, Noah.
The walking stick. Upon a dim and early morn.
My apologies. Okay, that's
No,
too
don't
big.
worry about it.
Sorry.
It's okay,
so-
I don't
yeah.
Upon a dim and early morn, I took a stroll along a shore of hidden waters and deep thunderings, clothed as they were with gray and pallid white, like the silvery head of some ancient soul. The sand, despite its many mysteries, hid not my steady impressions, as if to remind me of my privilege to have tread upon its newness, to have written a solitary tale upon its smoothened page, soon read and erased by the rising tide. The day then begotten, though not begun, a gray interim, my path chanced to meet a bright red peculiarity, a great stain spewed upon the shore, a bleeding branch, a spectacle for its vibrant nature, not its presence, for it was but a branch amongst branches. The sleek and sturdy shape of a true walking stick, that is what drove me to tear away the flesh, to reveal the firm white constitution, chip by chip, to produce a new bone of support for coming journeys, and to leave behind the red stain, the flesh, and the returning tracks of some three-legged creature.
Dang.
Well, I need to read this myself before I understood fully. So, can I? Let me read it. The Walking Stick by Noah Painting.
I'm glad he didn't say yeah.
No, I did not. They already know it, so
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Upon a dim early morn, I took a stroll along shore hidden waters and deep thunderings, closed and were with gray and pallid white like the silvery head of some ancient soul. The sand, despite its many mysteries, hid not my steady impressions, as if to remind me of my privilege to have tread upon its newness, to have written a solitary tale upon its smoothened page, soon read and erased by the rising tide. The days unbegotten, though not begun, a great interim, my path chanced to meet a bright red particularity, a great stain spilled upon the shore, a bleeding branch, a spectacle for its vibrant nature, not its presence, for it was but a branch among its branches, the sleek, the sturdy shape of a true walking stake. That is what drove me to tear away the flesh, to reveal the firm, white constitution, chip by chip, to produce a new bond of support for coming journeys, and to leave behind the red stain in the flesh at the returning tracks of some three-legged creature. Well, the last one, the only last one I don't quite understand. Basically, the branch or they have the three forks in the beginning.
No, because
Something
when
like
you walk, you'll have two steps. and
yeah, there you go. That's
Wait,
it.
what?
The
Thank
staff will get one.
Thank you. Now
It had me confused for a few seconds.
I know. That's where we went to. Okay. The returning tracks. So you basically don't turn back to the way you came from, huh? Yeah. I guess so. Three legs creature. Yeah. Comments, Esther?
Well, I didn't know what. Like, I was really confused until I figured out it was actually a walking stick.
Yeah, its title is walking
I
stick.
mean, like, I was confused. I know, but like, I was thinking of like, not one you use on a hike or something. I was just thinking like some walking stick.
Like any walking
Wait, what
stick.
else? What would that be?
I think
A
he.
literal
Stick.
walking stick.
A literal. Let's see. The poem itself described. Let's ask some questions. Okay, you can have fun.
Esther thought it was about a stick that actually walked by itself.
Some stick bone or something.
That's good one. I like
Esther,
that.
It's your turn to write a poem.
I
about
like that
walking stick.
confusion. So he was talking about a stick walk on the seashore,
Esther got a little bit
Yeah.
too poetic.
has its own flesh. You know?
It'd actually be a good idea.
Yeah.
Sure, fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very good.
Stick walk the human.
Yeah. That's the personified.
Yeah, she did actually. Yeah, she used too much personification. It's like-
Okay. Further.
For what?
And beside that point, what else? After that, clarified.
Not really anything else. I think that's done.
Okay. So, do you understand what the poems were talking about?
Oh, I can say.
Yeah, he said it where he found the steak, where he made the steak and rice on a certain date, on a certain morning, I think. I'm not so sure. Yeah, early morning. So, and go ahead.
I don't know why you said like that. Like this is like not one of your good ones because like it's probably one of my favorite that you've ever made.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
Eats a steak.
It's not. I like how it's not like big wordy like a lot of yours are. Like this one's, like it has big words, but
that's
it's
word
easy to
good,
understand. And I
easy
really
to
one of my
understand.
favorite part was like
Yeah.
to have written a solitary tale upon its smoothened page, soon to be read and erased by the rising tide. I really like that part.
Yeah.
I like it also. I was an experience, and I could feel through the poem how I could experience this myself.
Yeah. What do you experience?
Just I can imagine myself experience the same thing.
Okay. What do you experienced?
What do you
What
mean?
is the same thing you experienced?
No, I'm saying I could feel how myself could experience this through the
Engaging.
way he wrote it.
Engaging.
But yeah, I really like it. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you talking about the steak you got?
Yeah, he has it.
Yeah.
At home.
That's
This
the
is-
one, right?
I
This
remember-
is based off a
Based
true
on
story.
steak. I
A
know.
real experience.
That's what I was thinking. So my guess is right.
He still has
It's
it.
not a walking steak. It's a stick for walking.
But I'll leave it up to you. I'll leave it up to you to try to figure out how my expression is actually speaking of my current stage of life.
Yes.
Alright.
The flesh being peeled off cheek
that-
by cheek.
That's only one. Only one.
Only one. Let's do the other one.
No, I'm not gonna help.
No way. I can find it. The grey stain, a bleeding branch. That's a good one. There is a, yeah.
You know what's interesting is that stick. That's not even exaggeration. I thought it was a carcass on the shore.
Wow.
Around the stick was red sand.
Red sand.
It was,
Okay.
It was like staining forth the dye of its
Oh,
life.
so
It was really interesting. I'd never seen a stick.
like that.
It literally looked like it was bleeding.
bleeding. Yeah.
The stick.
There you go. And then the peel off reveal the inside, the firm white constitution. There's one thing revealing the genuine God in nature in the mind, in a sense. Okay. Then the journey of the new bone. I like that expression very much. Like adding new bone. Where the third leg came from. The red stain the flesh. Yeah. That's interesting. One. What else? What is worst looking at it? Hey, don't blink.
Esther, what are you doing that for?
It's like you're playing around a game. So, okay, that's a good one. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think we have a lot of time to read any greater poem, but I really like it.